here in my Lamborghini here. Here we are. Oh, I'm so excited. Welcome back to another Millionaire Mansion home tour. This time we're visiting Prav, who actually gave us some really cool gifts when I knocked on the door. His house is spectacular, and as always, we're gonna see the entire inside of the house and learn his backstory of how he got this house, who he is, and where he's headed. Without further ado, let's head inside and let's meet Prav again and get to know him.
Hello! What's going on, man?
Not much. Thanks so
Welcome
much.
back, yeah,
Thank
man.
you, man. I
Thanks
really
for coming
appreciate
back. Come in,
it.
come in,
I
come
can't
in,
wait
come
to
in.
see the inside. This looks
Yeah.
amazing. Wow.
Oh my God.
All right, Prav. I want to say thank you so much for one, answering the door when I knocked. I honestly think it was so clever of you to bring your products that you sell to the door. I haven't seen anybody do that, but it's really smart marketing.
Man, I've recognized your face when you knocked on my door, and I was like, I know who this guy is, so you know what? Let me give him some.
Awesome, man. I really appreciate it. And you know, that champagne was delicious.
Was it good? Yeah?
I really liked it.
it.
Yeah. Who are you? So what did you study in school? We can start there.
I studied BBA business at Laurier, Wilfrid Laurier.
Wilfrid Laurier, okay. From school, from their BBA, I guess, did you then open up your first business?
So I started my first business actually in my first year of university.
Okay.
I think I've always been an entrepreneur by heart. Basically taking, you know, all my buddies' funds and invest for them and give them back returns.
So it was like a vesting profile, so to speak. How did you go from that business and forward from there?
See, I never thought I'd end up in real estate development at all because I went to school for finance. I wanted to be a hedge fund manager. That's why I started my first business.
Okay.
But the money in real estate is just too good to be, you know?
Yeah, and I keep hearing people into that, and real estate seems to be a really good way to make money. So is that a way that you've been able to like solidify some wealth?
Yeah, and I've had the blessing of my father to be able to fund me and my business resources, and I've had the safe net that could fail, you know?
So do you find that was able to allow you to do a little bit more riskier business moves?
Stuff, exactly.
Got you.
Yeah, they did, you know, I mean, like, for example, one of the developments I did, you know, the closing cost was about 20 million. We sold for 30 million, right?
Got you,
that's
okay.
Crazy numbers.
Yeah, it's big, definitely, no doubt.
You know, that's like me and my dad, I guess 50-50 now doing that business.
Your background is what?
I'm Sri Lankan, but we could say Indian. My dad came here, you know, maybe a few years before I was born.
Okay.
And he hustled.
With the help of your parents, you've been able to establish.
Exactly, and instead of being a trust fund baby, I'm trying to use this to, you know, elevate it to the next level. Growing up, I grew up poor, very poor, very poor.
Really?
Me and all my family lived in a one-bedroom house, for example.
Wow.
My whole family of 5 slept in one bed.
Wow.
So I was.
And how much memory do you have of that? How old were you then?
Till I was 10.
On your journey to becoming this entrepreneurial businessman, what sort of challenges did you face in your life? Because I mean, this stuff doesn't come easy.
It's kind of a two-part story, you know, because like I kind of got a lot of fame, relatively speaking, once, you know, people found out I was rich.
I think that also created a little bit of a barrier for you.
Honestly, I don't know, because I always give everyone the benefit of the doubt. I've always been a very generous guy. Jealousy is a disease, you know, and it's really sad that people can't be happy for someone's success, because I'm always happy when people are successful.
I think that there's also an angle to it that, you know, social media wasn't around 30 years ago. This is a new thing. You're experiencing something right now that was likely to never be experienced prior to that. You could be almost a pioneer in a sense of, you know, yeah, you came from wealth, but, you know, your reaction to the public and how they are able to respond and react with you was never really a platform. There was no platform for that. So that being said,
that's a good point. Of course, there's dark times, but like even when they told me that I had 2 tumors in my arm and they got to chop my arm off, that didn't shake me, you know?
Okay,
Even
so
through
wait,
that,
let me go back.
Even through that, I didn't take a day off work. I was at the job site every day. I was working until the day of my surgery.
Wow.
You know, because that's the kind of guy
So
I am.
you got diagnosed with 2 tumors in your left arm.
Left arm, yeah.
And they told you you're gonna cut your arm off.
Yeah, and if it spread to my neck, I'm dead.
So you have some
That's
really good work ethic.
That's my work ethic.
Yeah.
That's why I think I am where I'm at. I love my supercars, love tracking them. Prav partied the hardest out of everybody he met. All right, he'd be at the club till 5, 6 a.m.
Wow.
But he'd be at his 8 a.m. class the next day. Like
Jesus.
2 hours, just go to sleep 2 hours, wake up, cold nap, class.
Wow.
And I graduated honors.
Oh my God.
You know, so that's the kind of guy I am.
Wow.
I just want them bad boys.
Tell me about your arcade. Are you the championship holder on all of those games?
You gonna insult me? Ask me that? Come on.
Fair enough. Won't go any further. I almost got you in that street racing game.
Almost did. But I had to pump that nitro at the end. Got you.
There's things that people don't even like notice about the house. Like this wallpaper is gold and diamonds.
Gold and diamonds?
This whole wallpaper is just gold and diamonds.
What kind of style, what kind of brands are you into, and roughly how much do you spend on your style alone?
In my university days, I spend maybe 10,000 a week on Gucci. Okay.
Wow.
But that was because I was clubbing all the time. And now I grow up and I realize that I don't need to wear Gucci to validate myself anymore. You know.
How many bedrooms and bathrooms are in this house?
So it's kind of it has 8 bedrooms, which may seem small, but that's because that room is open to the top. You know.
Yeah, 8 bedrooms doesn't seem small.
Yeah,
Did you custom build this house before you moved in?
yeah, it was my mom's dream to always,
Have a whole custom.
house. Yeah, once we eventually ever got money, it was kind of like a promise my dad made her.
Yeah, wow.
And that promise somehow came through. So we
definitely.
can't complain about anything.
Gotcha.
We got to be grateful for everything we have.
This is where I like to spend most of my time.
A personal bar? What are 3 things you would tell your younger self?
Start investing earlier.
Okay.
And 2 parts to that, when stocks go down, don't sell because they will eventually always come back up. 2, separate the friends from the acquaintances, or from the friends from the leeches,
Got you.
Don't let that money get to your head and don't lose the people that love you just because you got caught up with the groupies.
That's good. So what do you want your legacy to be?
Honestly, my legacy would be dying, helping more people than I've helped myself.
Wow.
That would be it, yeah.
Wow, that's touching, man. That's a good thing to work towards, no doubt.
It makes me blush now.
At this point, is there anything that we missed in this interview that you would like to communicate to the audience within this interview?
Honestly, man, don't let anybody tell you no. Keep striving, keep struggling. You're stupid if you stop when, times are hard, because then you're just stuck at hard times. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a really good quote. That was a really good quote.
So keep going when you're at hard times, or else you're never gonna get out of hard times.
Right on.
And that's kind of how I felt with my arm,
Yeah. So Prav, I honestly, I really appreciate getting to know you better over an interview and seeing your fabulous house.
And I appreciate you coming in. Dude.
Yeah, no worries. It's a phenomenal opportunity, and I think you got a great story. And again, thank you so much for inviting me here and
Of course, buddy. Anytime.
Allowing me to make this video with you.
Next time we'll have more drinks.
Okay, all right.
My God.
When you answered the door, you just happened to have no shirt on, and I think a lot of people, women probably like that, and maybe some guys as well. But you're cut, man. Like, how did you get so fit like that?
I hit the gym like twice a day, just trying to get that back right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eat a lot of calories, lift a lot of weights.
Thank you so much for watching right until the end. Prav's house is beautiful. It's like a palace in there. If you like this content, give it a thumbs up and definitely subscribe, because I release videos like this one every single week. Stay tuned for next week's episode. It will blow your mind.